Hey guys, we're here with Lights Out Paris. This interview we are answering some fan questions. The first one is, what are some artists that you guys listen to and learn from by their style of music?
I listen to a lot of rap, actually, believe it or not. I listen to a lot of rap. I think that the biggest influences on this band are probably Life on Repeat and like Under Oath and older metalcore.
I like a lot of technical deathcore and really hood rap. And club music. That's pretty much what I listen to.
I would say like my earlier influences are like classic rock, like Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix. But like as in like right now, I would say like Let Live, Under Oath was huge. So yeah.
Listen to a lot of scene music, as you guys say. My Chemical Romance is my favorite band ever.
Yes.
I love MCR.
So, another one is, how do you practice? What's it like, and how do ideas get bounced around for music?
Well, we actually don't practice. We actually all live in different places. That's something I guess that makes this band a little bit unique. He's from Indianapolis area. He's from Buffalo. He's from like middle of nowhere. Like I want to say Pittsburgh, but not Pittsburgh.
It's not even close to
Isn't it? No.
Actually.
No. I live in Rochester, New York, but when we do get together, it's normally at my parents' house in Rochester. But I guess as far as writing songs, normally most of it's honestly, I take an idea to Josh, and Josh just kills the drums on it, and then Connor will write a bass part over it eventually, and just kind of goes from there.
I already forget the question.
Me too.
I'm new at being a vocalist, so I just like look at myself in the mirror and like sing until I hate myself. And then I cry myself to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, right.
Garage band.
That was actually a true answer. We actually do write a lot in GarageBand, believe it or not. But I mean, the thing is with this band is like we can be honest with each other. So like, I mean, I've definitely brought in some like really bad ideas to Josh, and he's been like, "Dude, these are terrible." And I mean, like Josh has brought me some pretty fucking weird ideas too, and I mean, we're able to bounce them back off each other. But I mean, like that, like being in a band like that, that's what really matters, because like otherwise you're gonna put out some bad stuff if a second ear doesn't like be completely honest with you. If, like, I mean, I've written some really stupid lyrics, and he's been like, no, we're not putting this out. And then like I'll look back at him in my lyric notebook, and I'll be like, I almost did that. I almost put this on a CD, but.
That's beautiful. What advice would you give to a new band about to get in the van and hit the road for the first time?
Be prepared to buy 3 more vans if you do plan on doing it more than a year. No, I mean, I think the biggest thing is don't compare success to other people, because there's always going to be someone who's your age doing more than you. And I mean, like, yeah, that was kind of one of the things that was kind of offset for us. We used to be a band, and we were always the youngest band on everything. So people used to be like, "It's so great to see you guys doing so many like great things at such a young age." But as we got older and older, that started fading away, so we kind of lost that marketability as such a young band. We still are a relatively young band, minus Joe. But, no, I'm just kidding. I love you, Joe. But we're still a relatively young band, but like I said, one of the things is like when you see people your age or people who you grew up in a music scene with and they're doing more than you, that will be really deceiving, and all that will do is get you down. And I know some very good bands that are just very butthurt people and can't get over it, and that's one of the reasons why they're still stuck in the same place, because they're not willing enough to go ahead and do their own thing. So that's kind of the thing. You got to find your own way and not pay attention to other people. If something doesn't work out, go ahead and do yourself. Make it your own way.
Prepare for the worst, and then take everything that you think is gonna happen that's terrible and multiply that by 100, and then that's pretty much, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I think the biggest thing definitely is like if you're gonna go out there and do it with the people that you actually love and care about. Because like even though sometimes you have bands that are like put together, and it does work out for an allotted time, just make sure that you're out there doing it for the right reasons with the right people. Otherwise, it could just turn sour within a short amount of time, because you see all these bands that they only last for like a year or two, because like they end up hating each other in the long run.
I was just gonna say, do with people that going on with Joe, do with people that you can tolerate. Cause me and Nate fist fight every day in the van, slap each other. I punched him in the neck last night because he was talking shit. Okay. What are you gonna say? Add to it, Nate.
Okay, so
Add to it.
this is pretty much what happened. Connor was talking shit, and he came and he hopped in the back and tried to grab me, and I thought we were playing. And then he like straight up punched me hard in the neck. I was like, all right, this is either gonna end one of two ways. The hinges are broken on our door, on like the doors of our van, so like if you press too hard, they bust open. Joe was driving at the time, so I was like, this could either end one of two ways. Either I could beat the shit out of Connor and we're both gonna fall out of the van, or I can just go back to the bunk.
Those aren't the two options.
And I was
It
just
wasn't me
laying
beating the
there.
shit out of you, or we fall out of the van.
So you would have beaten the shit out of each other. And
Back to that whole being in a band with the people that you want to be with. Don't be in a band with Connor.
Aren't they cute?
I would be in a band with you
Thank you.
if I had any musical talent, but I don't, which is why I do interviews. So, how many vans have you actually gone through?
We're on our fifth. It's actually kind of funny. My dad is the one who puts the vans in his name, because if I've had like 18 accidents and like 17 speeding tickets. So if I were to, my insurance would be ridiculously expensive. But I remember when I was in high school, like a freshman, I was trying to convince my dad to buy a van. He's like, no, we're never gonna own a van. And by the end of high school, we were on our second van, and now we're on our fifth.
Just went down from there.
What keeps happening? They just like explode, or
The third one did.
Tell the moose story. Tell the moose story.
We've never used Carfax once, so you should probably use Carfax.
Yeah, 3 of them have just turned out to be bad vans, and the other 2. Okay, well, the first one that we ever owned, our singer was driving, and I kid you not, we were crossing the border in Winnipeg. Like, well, not Winnipeg, but we were on our way to Winnipeg, and the guy at the border was like, yeah, just be careful of moose. And we were like, okay, like, that's funny. Like, there's no way. Like, I have no idea what he's talking about. That's funny. There's no moose here. Like, literally not even 20 minutes later, we hit a moose and totaled the van. So, like, that sucked. And then I hit a patch of black ice, and, like, almost 2 years ago. And, yeah, crashed my van in Wyoming. But I've considered suing the state of Wyoming, actually, just because, like, that town literally functions off of crashes. like literally like there is, okay, yeah, dude, that's the whole economy. Why does a town of 1,000 people need like 15 repair shops, like 4 different insurance agents, and then like 16 hotels there? Like, there's definitely not a tourist town. Laramie, Wyoming, if you're watching this, I'm coming for you.
watch out. A moose, though, that is the most random thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yep.
That's beautiful. What inspired you all to perform?
I mean, I've always just been into music. My dad took me to see a Sugar Cult concert when I was in 5th grade. And there was about 50 people there, and my dad was like, yeah, they're all getting paid a ton. I was like, yeah, that's sick. That's what I want to do. And then I grew up and found out that you don't get paid shit. So, but no, I mean, I guess that for me, it was just, it's always kind of my outlet and my getaway. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I'm kind of a douchebag, so like people kind of find it hard to put up with me. But I mean, it was my outlet, and it was kind of my place to fit in. I mean, like, over the years, it's definitely helped me overcome a lot of stuff, and it's definitely helped me become a better person.
When I was like 13, I started playing the drums, and I actually wrote Lamb of God a letter, and they responded, and it was like the coolest thing ever. So I was like, I want to play drums and tour, and now I'm doing it. It's pretty cool.
I'm not too sure with me. I was in. Yeah, I mean, I was in a local band for a while, and like that first time that you get on stage, you get to play in front of like a few people. Like, it's super cool. And like as the years went on, I got to play in front of, a little bit more of people, and it was just an awesome feeling doing it every single time. Like, it's almost like addicting type of thing. So yeah.
It's a drug.
I did like cross country and track all through high school, so I didn't really have time to do it. And then me and Nate talked as a joke me joining a band. I had never played bass before. I did orchestra and band in like junior high, and then Nate's like, yeah, learn our songs, buy a bass, and join a band. And move out to New York a day after I graduated high school. Do something I never thought I could do. So, met on Twitter. We met on Twitter because I posted about like We the Kings or something. So, yep, that's that.
So, if you guys weren't touring in a band and stuff right now, and you weren't at all ever in a band, what career path do you think you would have taken?
Oh my gosh, Lord.
Well, good thing that Joe has a band. That puts us in a really awkward position if we ever want to kick him out. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Joe. I mean, I probably would have gone to school right away, and I would definitely wouldn't have been nearly as happy as I am now. But I definitely would have gone to school. That was like one of the biggest things. Like that was a big decision for me to whether go to school or continue touring. Going to school this fall, which is gonna be weird. This is my first time. This is my first time going to school for 3 years since I graduated. But we're just gonna try a semester. Then I'm gonna tour this spring again. But I'd probably be in school, doing law, which is something that I have no interest in anymore. But that's what I wanted to do when I was 18. So thank God I didn't go right away.
I played soccer when I was like really young, and that was like all I did, and that's all I like to do now besides play music. I mean, I really don't like that. I'm stuck here. I'm just kidding, but that's what I mean. I'd probably still be playing sports, but yeah.
I've already given my answer.
Yeah, I'd probably be stuck in college, running for 4 more years, and much happier doing this. I don't know what I would.
I went to college. It was awful.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do in college.
I definitely don't want that to be taken the wrong way, because I think that all of us do have a plan to someday, like after this is all said and done, to continue with real jobs, whether that means going back to school or getting real jobs. But I mean, yeah, that never goes that never goes anywhere, and not like in that sense. But I mean, like school will always be there,
Right.
Real jobs will always be there. You can only sleep in a van so long before you get back problems. So.
Wise words. You can only sleep in a van so long before you get back problems. Take that to heart, friends. All right. So, what band would you want to tour with the most?
I would honestly probably say Life on Repeat if they were still together. Under Oath would be cool. I got a chance to tour with Mindless Self-Indulgence, which was like one of my favorite bands when I was a little kid. Same with Our Last Night. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, Vanna. Vanna would be my number one. Family's Force 5 would probably be my number 2.
European arena tour with Rammstein.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a really good answer.
That
You're putting me on the spot now. If anything, I would say the Foo Fighters, because like Dave Grohl, I want him to adopt me and be my father.
Adopt you and your father. My Chemical Romance's reunion tour, whenever that comes, Gerard Way.
So, what is your next goal you want to achieve as a band?
I don't know. Honestly, we there's a lot of things that I think we want to achieve, but we've gone through a lot of stuff in like the last month or so, and it was kind of we were very, very, very close to signing to a label, and we just found out that someone bought them out, and with that kind of like definitely switched our direction a little bit on what we wanted to do. But at the end of the day, I mean, something that like I think some bands do is they give up if it doesn't work out the first time, and that's something that we said that we would never do. Like our last band was kind of based around a lot of loose plans and a lot of false promises. And I mean, you can't really live like that. You can't really depend on other people. So I think whatever it takes, we'll do it ourselves if we have to, and that's never stopped us before. And I mean, like we've all said, like it'd be really nice for this to work out, but if it doesn't, at least we'll say that we're living life and having a good time. I think like the next step from here, we're gonna put out a new record. I think we're gonna do it ourselves, honestly. We thought that we were gonna do it through a label, but we think that we're gonna be doing it ourselves, and that nothing will change that besides the fact that we'll be able to put all the songs that we want to on. And that's our next step. And then we have a support tour lined up for the spring. We can't really say anything on it, but it's definitely something that's pretty cool. So
I honestly just want to get my Twitter verified. That's just.
That's a legitimate goal.
That's really it, honestly.
I mean, basing on what Nate said, like people that like seek out to be in a touring band, they have like that thought process of where they need to be on this record label type of thing. In all actuality, if you're not, because record labels are awesome, but if you don't sign on to the right thing, you're gonna end up being twice as broke as, you know, us as just regular musicians right now. But what it comes down to is, in the long run, just as long as you're with good people, you're having a good time, you get to play in front of a few people, get to talk to people afterwards, that's the thing that really counts, you know? So.
I would like to win an MTV Music Award and also have a platinum awarded album.
Hell yeah, get down with your bad
I think back to what Joe and I were getting at first. Something else about this band is it's kind of weird how it worked out, but we were actually offered a label right before we even started, just to carry on from our last band. And at the time, we came very close. We've actually come very close to signing with 2 different labels. And with that being said, I think like one of the things is like everything happens for a reason. And if we had jumped at everything that we had right off the bat, we'd be signed to a label that we wanted nothing to do with. And there's definitely a lot of things that came our way because like this band was coming off of members. Like we've all been in different bands, and we've all been in bands that had a following and had record deals, but we got really lucky that we didn't take the first thing that we got and actually stuck with it, and it wound up working to our benefit, and maybe we would be bigger than we are right now because, like I said, we're still a relatively new band, but I mean, none of that matters because all of us are happy. So,
What is your most spectacular or off-the-wall moment while on the road? Minus hitting the moose.
okay, Connor and I just recently were almost a part of a gang initiation shooting, and some random town in New Mexico.
What was it? It started with a C. I can't remember.
I don't remember. It was our last tour with our last band, and we were driving home from Phoenix. The tour ended in Phoenix, but we were driving home, and we met some girls at a gas station.
Pretty.
Yeah, they weren't. But we met some girls at a gas station, and they're like, "Yeah, come to this party." And we had driven all night, so we were kind of like, "All right, well, is there beer there?" And they're like, "Are you guys in a band?" And we were like, "Yeah." They're like, "We'll buy you beer if we'll play for you." And we were like, "Oh, okay, that's not happening. But if you want to buy us beer, that's cool." So they're like, "Okay," they complied. But then from there, we followed them down like this dark alleyway. Almost like it was a
Like side street.
it was like a side street, but it was ghetto. But some dude walks up to their car and just like gives them a nod, and we're like, "What's going on?" Like, I kid you not. Then that dude starts sprinting to the back of his pickup truck and like goes to grab something out of his trunk. And dude, we just floored it, took a left, and
like a bunch of them came out.
yeah, dude, like a bunch of people walked out and then just like literally got in these 2 separate cars and just started whipping like after us. So we managed to pull down a side street. Like, this is all a true story. Like, I couldn't make this up. But we started whipping down a side street and turned the lights off on our van. And like,
stop sign. We would cross with our lights off, but I don't think it really helped because we had van, trailer.
yeah, it's pretty hard. It's hard to hide a van and trailer. But I mean, we were literally parked around the corner and we could see them looking for us, like turning, like speeding down the street, like taking lefts and taking rights. And we found out that this street next to it ran parallel with it. So we decided to take that down as far as we could and would just turn the lights off at the intersections. And that was probably my most off the wall. We were almost a part of a turf war in Atlanta too a couple years ago. But Josh, what was your most?
I gotta think about it. Go ahead.
I would say with this band, we were playing a show.
Act like it never happened.
We were playing a show, and I accidentally broke a few mic cables.
Yeah.
Accidentally, like, wasn't on purpose. And the sound guy, first of all, in the middle of the set, started calling me out. And I was just like, okay, that's a little unnecessary. Like, talk to me afterwards type of thing. And he starts screaming at me afterwards, right? Me and Nate. And he's just like, the one thing that was weird, because it was like a compliment. He was just like, what the do you think that you're like Henry Rollins or some shit? And I'm like, well, if you're gonna like compare me to Henry Rollins, like, yeah, I mean, you already lost the battle here. But yeah, with this band, I would definitely say that.
Definitely a venue we'll never play again. For many reasons.
I'd probably also say the gang initiation thing. Pretty sure it was a gang initiation, but yeah, almost got shot up.
Good times.
There's been a few occasions where we almost got shot up.
You don't remember yours?
have one.
Yeah, you've had a few.
So we're in Michigan and we stop at a rest stop, and me and my boy go to smoke a cigarette. And it's near like a swamp, but we didn't realize it was a swamp. It was like a dog walking area. So we're like, oh, that's perfect. Let's just go back there, walk along the path, you know. We get back, literally, we walk into the woods, like 12 inches in, like fucking mauled, like alive by mosquitoes. There was probably like 1,000 mosquitoes, and I couldn't even light my cigarette without them. It was bad. So we sprinted back, and then they fought.
We went deeper in.
Well, no, we went deeper in. I'm like, oh, it'll get better, guys. Let's go. Just come on.
Yeah, go deeper into the woods.
And it didn't. And my boy got bit 15 times in the matter of 3 minutes.
They chased us back to
So-
the van.
Was there like a swarm just coming out?
Actually, yeah.
You know the TV shows where they have like a giant like black
Yes.
like thing of bees? It was like that.
Yeah, but they were mosquitoes, and they have viruses and stuff.
West Nile.
Yeah.
West Nile mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah, nothing to with. That NWA movie just came out. We're gonna go see that on our off day because that certain venue that got mad at Joe about the mic cables decided to cancel us because of
We're too crazy.
That's not the reason,
They can't
actually.
handle you. Dude.
yeah, because
Hype.
we're too awesome and there's someone that just really loves us so much that just yeah.
Just say it.
No.
Final question. What is your favorite snack to have while you're on the road?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if it's like considered like a snack, but like after we get off set and we start driving to the next city, I like live on Coke. Not like Coke, but like the actual drink Coke. Like I'll have like Coca-Cola. Yeah, edit it. I'll have like 2 of the 16 ounces in the matter of like 4 hours, and like I'm on my way to diabetes, and I know it.
At least you've accepted it.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
When we're West Coast, I definitely like In-N-Out. That's probably the best thing ever. Del Taco. Whataburger was pretty good too. Anything we don't have here.
Little Chipotle, little Steak and Shake.
Yes.
You know. No, I'm saying.
So, do you guys have anything that you want to say to your fans?
This is gonna sound a little derogatory, and I really don't mean it like sound offensive, but I think a lot of people are getting confused on this band that it has more to do with our past bands than it actually does. We're a completely new band. We're trying to start off on a fresh slate. We definitely appreciate the support from everyone that's gotten us, but we would rather you guys appreciate the music than where we've been. And yeah. So thank you so much for checking us out and you giving us a chance. We've done some really cool things in this short time that this band has been around, and we're very thankful for that. And we're just a bunch of kids that love making music. We're nothing more than that. We're not rock stars. So thank you for checking us out.
I guess.
Why would you skip him?
I guess like don't have Chipotle and Dairy Queen in the same day.
Oh.
Like that's a bad idea. Who wants it?
Pirate Bay. If we're on there, download it just so you have it.
Yeah, that's actually one more thing. I'm gonna be honest. If you don't have the money to buy our music, I'd rather you have it than not have it. So download it illegally.
Yeah, hit me up and I'll email it to you. But it'll probably take a few weeks because I'll forget.
And we love Erica Lynn Smith and the rest of you guys.
Come on.
Thank you for checking us out.
Bring it in, friends. Bring it in.
Okay.
You guys have all
We
showered,
out.
right?
Team on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Team!
Do we edit that? Is that a thing?
Cut that out, please.
So many edits. There are so many edits.
Edit that out.
Edit it.
Edit it.
Cut that. Don't say that.
Edit it.
All right.